Roger with the VELCO Weather Hazards update. This at 1:30 p.m., the 10th day of December. Well, it's made its appearance. That is the second surge of moisture. You can see here it's mainly falling in the form of snow off to the nearest the Green Mountains, the lifting mechanism strongest, and then extending westward across the Champlain Valley. But occasional rain across mainly the Northeast Kingdom. This is the increase in rainfall I've been worried about, increase in the precipitation intensity. It does make it into the northeastern corner of the state, roughly about 3 o'clock or so. Otherwise, it kind of gradually picks up, and we'll have to watch the bulk of this precipitation begin to work in. Now, this is valid at 5 o'clock this evening. Once that little higher intensity precip kind of rolls west through the northern portion of Vermont. You might note the southwest corner of New Hampshire into parts of southern Vermont. Um, Windsor County, again, it looks like it's under the gun. This precipitation does kind of roll westward. And looking at it here, you can see that things kind of calm down a little bit for a time as we get probably by around 8 o'clock or so. And another band that I want to call attention to then sort of refires up, and that'll continue around 9, 10, 11 o'clock. The whole system itself begins to fall apart, and roughly by about 2 o'clock in the morning, I think this event is about over with at this point in time. And I do want to call your attention to a feeder band. Now, this is, let me get this centered here. This is valid at 1 o'clock currently. And these bands out here over the ocean will then rotate back in around this upper level system that is located here, the surface low at 850 millibar low. And then further higher up, the whole thing is in this vicinity, and this is going to be sitting over us, spinning away for the next 3 days. But I want to call your attention to this band here and how it behaves and how it's going to wrap into the system. This is a convergence zone, and it will bring a little shot of extra moisture and something we'll have to keep an eye on. And so, let me see if I can pull this off. So, if you see that band there, it kind of wraps into the system, heads north. And just take a look at that for a second. That's going to give us that extra shot of heavy, wet precipitation, and otherwise it's looking more or less moderate, occasionally heavy at times. And you might even note up around Enosburg Falls and back over parts of Chittenden County, they really get hit roughly, it looks like around 5 o'clock. So the evening drive, the evening commute looks like it's really going to be affected. And also likewise, look southwestern New Hampshire and parts of southern Vermont. Doesn't look like anybody escapes, but you get through about 8 o'clock or so, a little bit of a break, and then it starts to pick up with that feeder band that then works across the region. And finally, roughly about midnight or so, we're going to be out of the woods and just a few scattered leftover snow showers or flurries, really not anticipating a whole lot more, maybe some minor spotty mixed precipitation. And this is a snowfall roughly from about 1 o'clock on. And you note it starts to pick up gradually. Again, this is the triple R high resolution rapid refresh model. And you note the spine of the Green Mountains, and it points west are the main snow locations with up to 4 inches. It looks like in the vicinity of Chittenden County, Burlington, and then some higher elevations around Killington. Once again, picks up a decent amount of snow. Again, this is valid again at 7 o'clock. Then there's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight. And so a lot of the heaviest snow with this particular setup is going to be in points to the west, but a little bit of that even immediately west of the Green Mountains. So these are the areas with heavy snow loading. I would suspect for resources, we'll have to watch this for the rest of this afternoon. Okay, this is the latest European model fresh in, and this is the big change here. We got, it's not that much of a change, a little bit of a shift north according to the European model, which is what usually the other models follow. So we'll watch this carefully. So roughly this would be valid between 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock, a 6-hour total precipitation. You're looking at roughly 2 to 4 inches or 1 to 4 inches. With the most couple different centers, it looks like southern Vermont kind of splits the difference in the central areas around Washington, Orange County, back into Addison County, whereas the higher resolution computer modeling seems to indicate more snowfall for that particular area, so it's in contradiction. Now, by the time we get in between 7 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning, you can see the precipitation is winding down. It's all shifting into New York once again with this next batch. And we really don't have a whole lot going on, just a few scattered snow showers and flurries for the next several days. Okay, looking at current temperatures across the region, or not current, but forecast temperatures. This is valid at 1 o'clock. This is roughly about the initialization of the modeling. It looks like we have temperatures that fall back just a little bit by 7 o'clock tonight. Then 1 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at upper 20s, just a little bit colder. And colder air will begin to swing in around this upper level system. So you have, in effect, warmer air working in, nosing in from Maine across northern areas, whereas colder air wraps into the system as this counterclockwise circulation of this area of low pressure will be bringing two different sets of temperatures into the region here. So we'll be watching that. Now here's 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Thursday. This is 7 o'clock on 7 p.m. during the evening, then 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday, 7 a.m. on Friday morning. You can see it's cooled down. And then max temperatures for Friday afternoon running a little bit colder. So unfortunately, what this means is whatever snow is here is going to lock in. It's not going to unload. We don't have any unloading prospects. Today, a little bit of a different story just to show you that. Above freezing. So these areas not so bad. Spine of the Green Mountains, approaching the Green Mountains, Washington County, Orleans County, sort of eastern portions of Windsor, eastern portions of Windham, and then all the way to the New York border. These are the areas I'm most concerned with some heavy wet snow loading potential, again, with this band for the afternoon and into this evening. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.